The island of Sodor is home to many engines of all shapes and sizes. There are tank engines as small as Percy, and tender engines as big as Golden. But no matter how big or small, they are all really useful. One day, Thomas was arguing with the bigger engines at the big station. You three don't understand. My branch line is the pride of the line. Really useful, that's what I say. Oh, Thomas, your puny branch line is nothing compared to the main line with the Express. Quite right, Golden. The flying kipper is rather important too. No tiny tank engine would manage to pull the amount of fish I do every night and still manage to be on time. Hey, I'm not tiny. Yes, you are. Well, you wouldn't know the meaning of important if it came along and hit you like a runaway goods train. Just admit it, Thomas. Branch lines are just vulgar, especially when put up against the grand sight that is the main line. Thomas just fumed and puffed away. And they just kept going on and on about how the main line is better than branch lines. It was disgraceful. That's what Golden always says. Sounds quite typical of them to me. If I were you, I'd ignore them and leave them alone, and they'll eventually leave you alone too. But if I leave them alone, then they'll never see that branch lines are best. What does it matter what they think, Thomas? They're just close-minded. They'll own up eventually. That's great and all, Emily, but how long were you listening to our conversation? Long enough to know what you were talking about. She's right, though. Don't worry about it, and it will all blow over. But Thomas was not satisfied, so he made a plan. He and his crew discussed the situation, and they agreed. We'll do it tomorrow, they said. The next morning, Thomas was up especially early as he waited for his crew to arrive, and once they did, he was off in a hurry. Come along, we haven't got much time. Thomas, what are you doing up so early? Ginty asked when Thomas arrived in the yard. I'm here to help get the Express in order. Oh, really? Then how come I never heard of this schedule change until just now? It was, on short notice is all. Well, if you say so, Thomas, come join in. Unbeknown to Ginty, Thomas was being very cheeky. Once the two had finished getting the entire train together, a large group of passengers were waiting on the station platform. Thomas's chance had come. He ran around to the front and coupled up to the train. "Get in quickly, please," said Thomas, pretending to be like Golden. The passengers did so, and before he even knew it, Thomas was off. What the? Hey! Thomas, what are you doing? Pulling a train, silly. Can't you see? Thomas, stop! Ginty, what on earth is going on out here? It's Thomas, sir. He's pulling away with the Express. What? Thomas, stop! Stop! But Thomas couldn't hear the Fat Controller over his own excitement. Come along. Hurry. Thomas! Oh, bother! Ginty, tell the station master to stop all trains departing this station. I'm going after Thomas. Yes, sir. The Fat Controller got in his car and quickly drove away. Meanwhile, on the main line, Thomas was enjoying himself. I don't know what those mainline engines were talking about. I think these coaches are light as fluff. Just as Thomas made it out of the station yards, he saw none other than Golden coming down the line in the opposite direction. Steaming pistons! Hi, Golden. Bye, Golden. Mouth at gate, Golden just watched in horror as Thomas raced by with the Express. Well, Golden certainly won't be happy about this one. The Fat Controller honked his horn at the little blue tank engine, but he heard nothing. Oh dear, I need to get closer. As he did so, he saw Bertie the bus approaching in the opposite direction. Oh no! Oh my! Hello, sir. Thomas! Oh my. I certainly hope there's a water tower nearby. If there isn't, then I might as well burst. Thomas's pressure increased. His boiler grew hotter and hotter still. Thomas, I think we should stop. Your pressure is too high. But it was too late. Thomas's safety valve burst as steam shot from his pistons. Oosh! Thomas cried out, but no one could hear him over the excessive amounts of steam flooding from all different parts of him. Oh no! I was too late! He quickly ran over to Thomas, who was in a very sad state. Thomas, are you okay? No, sir, and I'm sorry, sir. I shouldn't have taken the express. Please forgive me, sir. Oh, Thomas, I don't care about the express. What I care most about is getting you repaired. You mean that, sir? Even after I took the express without your permission? Of course, Thomas. I care about my engines no matter what trouble they may get themselves into. However, that does not mean you'll be getting off scot-free. There will be serious repercussions for this mess. Neville soon arrived to take away the express as Thomas watched in dismay. He knew now that he would never hear the end of it from the bigger mainline engines. It took a long time to fix Thomas and make sure all of his parts were stable and secure, but once his visit was over, he found the big engines had nothing to say at all. They all kept oddly quiet, but Thomas felt that somehow they had a plethora of words to say to the now wiser blue tank engine. But that's another story.
Cheeky one. His name but lots of fun. Pulls the mail on time. Gordon.